We're live.
We're live. Tapia, everyone. My name is Elena Herrera, and these are my two friends today. This is this is Diaki. I'm just gonna let her introduce herself. Diaki Wade.
Yeah, okay, well,
Yeah, there you go. And then this is
Mr. Fran.
friends.
No, my name is Brandon. My Indian name is Mohiska. Yeah.
Okay, today we're going to be learning about animals. Unfortunately, we couldn't be at the tribal fairs due to some things that's going on with the pandemic, but it doesn't stop us. So let's continue. Today we're going to learn about animals, and one of our first animals that we thought of was horse. We see horses everywhere. I was obsessed with horses at the time whenever I was her age. Are you? She loves horses too. I loved horses. I still love them. Just not obsessed. So, do you both know how to say horse?
No.
No? You don't know how to say horse? It's easy. So let me spell it out for you. Okay, I hope everyone can see this, but it's Shonge. Shonge means horse. Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
Shonge.
Looks like sage, but
It does look like
pronounced
sage.
Shonge.
It does look like sage, but it is pronounced a little bit differently. So it's pronounced Shonge. And then, what's Shonge? Horse. There we go. What's Shonge?
Meaning horse.
Meaning horse. How do you say horse?
Shonge.
Yes. How do you say Shonge? Yeah, there we go. It's pretty simple. Shonge, horse. And then, let me go ahead and just write horse down.
Dad, would they ever like spotted horses and stuff? Did they ever pronounce? How do they pronounce those horses and stuff?
Nindeska.
Indeska and like black horses.
Shonge sabe.
Songe. Songe sabe.
Shonge sabe.
Songe sabe.
Mm-hmm. Spotted horse is called an Appaloosa in English.
I like those kind of horses.
In Ponca, it's called Nindeska.
Indeska.
Yeah. We got a little artwork going on. Bear with us.
All right. So again, what did you say?
Artwork.
My artwork does not take very long. So it doesn't really look like a horse, but just an example. This is Shonge, horse. Shonge, horse.
I think it's pretty.
Like a dog. What do you mean? These are our people online.
While she's getting ready for her next word, I'm going to give you a little history on Shonge. The horse was first known to the Ponca by the Comanche. They call them Podonka. That's how you say the Comanche. And so anyway, when we got that horse, we got it from a battle. We used to fight them all the time. They used to come on these strange beasts, and we thought they were some kind of creature before we finally killed one. And make a long story short, we had the best bow and arrows, and they used to use a little antler, and they weren't effective. So we traded them the bow and the arrow that the Ponca made, and the Comanche, they gave us a horse, and that's how we have our horse ceremony, is with the Comanche. Podonka. But that's just a little brief history. Go ahead, Elena.
Okay, so the next animal, what would you want to know? Cow? Okay, we're gonna learn how to say cow. So I do have my little girl, my little niece. Her dog is named Cow, but it's in Ponca. I think it's really neat. Okay. Eagle. Is it Fishka?
Tesca. Mm-hmm. You guys said it right.
Alright. We were saying it right the whole time. So, like I was telling them, Deshka. Deshka.
Tesca.
Deshka. Deshka? Deshka. Okay. Deshka. Can you say it? Deshka. Deshka.
Tesca.
Deshka. Deshka.
Tesca.
Now, if you were fluent in Ponca, we'd just be talking cow, 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 cow.
Moo.
Moo, that's exactly right. So even putting these on flashcards are what we're learning right now. You can put them on little flashcards, make your little own images. But cow, Deshka. Deshka. Deshka.
Tesca.
Deshka.
Tesca.
And Dad,
Deshka.
Dad, how would you say a herd of cows?
Tescama.
Eskimo?
Tescama.
Yeah. So right here is a Deshkama. I'm kidding. I'm so awkward. Okay.
How would you say bull?
Tescanuga.
Escanuga?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My favorite animal is a dog. So I want to learn how to say dog. So we'll do.
I'll be back. I'm gonna go get some water.
Shanuda. Shanuda.
Mm-hmm.
Shanuda or Shanuda?
Shanuda.
Shanuda. Okay.
Put a little V on the S.
On top.
Mm-hmm.
Dog. Shanuda. Shanuda. So whenever you're in White Eagle, you just be like, look at that Shanuda.
When you're in White Eagle, say Shanuda Dantba. Shanuda Dantba means look at that dog. That's a woman's way to say look at that dog. Shanuda Dantba.
Shanuda.
Dantba. That means look. That's a woman's way to say look. A man says Shanuda Dantbaga.
Shanuda. Yep.
There's right there.
Yeah, they just Shanuda right over there. But I think he's half wolf. It's a girl. Oh, he's so yeah. Shanuda. You want to go ahead and admire? Again, one more time. Shanuda. Dog.
In Ponca, there's two other ways to say it. You say Sheetnuda. And then you could also say Shantnuda. All three ways are understood. And our Omaha relatives, they say Sheenuda. Sheenuda.
So our most commonly questions are cat and dog. So we just learned dog, which is Shanuda. But let's learn cat. And I'm going to have Mr. Rod pronounce it just before I say it, just so I don't say it in the incorrectly.
How y'all doing?
Cat.
In Ponca, since we come to Oklahoma, we have a different way to say it. In the beginning, we say Inglonga. That's the old ancient way for a common cat, but we don't use that way no more. When you say Inglonga, that means a puma or a panther, a black panther is Inglonga, but that's the original way. But when we come to Oklahoma from Nebraska and South Dakota, we use this word pussy. Pussy. That means cat. It comes from the word pussy. And that's the original way to say pussycat, not the derogatory word, so don't think that way. Pussy. But that's how Ponca say it. Bootsy.
Boosie. Boosie?
Bootsy.
Boosie. So it get me some getting used to because of the modern times. But Ponca, you just think of that. Boosie. Am I saying it right? Boosie?
Like a bootsy.
Boosie. Like Puss in Boots.
Yeah, bootsy.
Puss.
No, bootsy.
Boosie.
Almost like you're saying poo, but bootsy.
Oh, Pooh. Like Winnie the Pooh?
No, like boo with a BP sound. Boo.
Pooh?
Bootsy. Like you're saying boo
Oh,
and see.
okay. Like a
Bootsy.
Boosie.
Boots. Almost like you're saying boo, but bootsy.
Boo?
Remember this peas and Ponca when it's got that little guttural stop right there. It's making it say boo. Bootsy.
And that's just a kitty cat. And then, if you want to know an animal, just comment. Maybe we can find that out. But for now, we're just gonna do what comes to our head.
Yeah, sister, I heard him say that. I heard him say Shi'uda. I heard our relatives, you guys is up that way. I heard it said that way in Ponca. We say Shanuda or Shi'nuda. 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 But my Omaha relatives told me Shi'uda. Shi'uda. Huh? Hoo-hoo's a fish.
Yeah.
That's a common word for fish. Fish, it's H-U-H-U. She's writing down, she remembered the word in Ponca, hoo-hoo. That means fish in Ponca.
Is there any like specific things that should be on it?
Yeah, two acute marks. No, above the U's. Yep, like that. Hoo-hoo.
Hoo hoo. My mother taught me that word. It means fish.
That means fish. It's a common word for fish.
Fish, like Dory. When you get through hard times, just keep swimming. Hoo hoo. Like this little fish right here. He's just swimming. Yeah, he's having a bad eyebrow down today, but it's okay. He's keep swimming. So hoo hoo.
Mm-hmm. If you guys want to say any kind of animal, if we know it, just say it and I'll put it on there. If any of my Omaha relatives are on there, how do you guys say armadillo? I know how to Ponca say it, but I want to hear how you guys say it if you have a word for it, because I know they're all over, but there's a lot of them in Oklahoma.
How do you spell bear?
In Indian or the M-A with a little tail, C with a V on top and a U.
Like that?
Yep. No, it goes over the U. Yeah.
Okay. So, So Sissy right beside me said she wants to learn how to say bear. So machu. Machu. Like achu. Like achu. No, don't do that. It's machu.
Monchu.
Machu. And it's just for bear. There's lots of other words that you can say, like grizzly bear, or little bear, big bear, whatever. There's all kinds that you can say. I'm sure the colors as well. But this is just a simple bear, which is machu. Can you still see us good?
Mm-hmm.
Which is just machu. Machu. My little sister's name is machu.
Well, whenever you say that word, there's only 3 words designated in Ponca to describe 3 words, and Monchu means grizzly bear. There's no such thing as just bear in Ponca. It means grizzly bear, but we just say it bear. And when you talk about a black bear in North America, it's called wasabi. Wasabi. And when you talk about a polar bear, it was rare that we ever saw one when we were way up north. It's called Manchuska.
I thought
Manchuska.
buffalo.
Washabe is Buffalo Clan. Washabe. But wasabi means black bear.
I spell buffalo.
Te. Te.
With a little line.
Te by the T and then the E put a cute accent mark on it. That means buffalo. That's one way, and there's two ways to say it in Ponca, but that's a common way.
There's two ways like you said, there's two ways of saying buffalo. So this is just the common way of how we say it here in Ponca. T or te?
Te.
Te?
Te.
Te. And then what was the other one?
Tatonga.
Ponca. So te. And then whenever you're referring to the clan.
When you're referring to the clan, it's spelled W-A-S. Let her spell it real quick. W-A. S with a V on it. A with an accent mark. B-E. Washabe. Washabe. Not to be confused with black bear. Wasabi. Wasabi is also a clan in Ponca too. Black bear clan.
You said W.
A. S with a little V on top and then an A with a acute mark.
Oh, you said B.
It's got a V on the S, but on the A it's got an acute mark. That's a B-E.
Oh, I'm bad. Okay. So this is referring to the clan.
Buffalo clan, yeah.
Yeah.
When the Omaha see that word washabe, it refers to a staff with them, but not to us.
So you should only really do this unless you're referring to the clan.
Well, that's the only meaning it has for us, but with the Omahas, our counterparts, that means it's a sacred staff.
But then T or te.
Huh?
Te.
For buffalo?
Yeah.
Yeah, te.
Buffalo.
T-E.
That was just T. Te.
Yeah. And you could also say tatonga for buffalo. That's another way to say it. Little standing buffalo is my family, and it's called tatonga no jinga. Tatonga no jinga. Little standing buffalo.
You want to spell Ponca?
T A T A
Yeah, yeah.
another T A
Oh.
with a tail on the A. On the bottom though. That's right how you did on top too though.
This?
Yeah, Sedalia. And then G A. They want to. Tatonga means buffalo and Ponca. Te also means buffalo and Ponca. And don't get Tatonga mixed up with Tatonka. That's what Lakota say. Ponca say Tatonga. We got somebody who wants to hear how you say Bigfoot in Ponca. Okay, before she erase that, it's Tatonga and Te. Tatonga and Te. Washabe. A, S with a V on top. A with an acute accent mark. B-E. Hang on, Mina Pabe. We're going to get it. Buffalo, two ways to say it, but when you talk about the clan, it's Washabe, and we also have another Buffalo clan that people commonly call an ice clan. It's Nuche. Nuche in Ponca means ice, but it also has reference to the Buffalo clan. It refers to the mane on a buffalo whenever it's yellowish, red. During that time is whenever they're starting to shed when spring comes about. There's 2 buffalo clans, so if you're gonna write it like that way, you got to write that 4th one, and it has reference to a buffalo as well, because both of those Washabe and all of them, neither one of them mean buffalo, but they're in reference to the clan that represents buffalo. Makwa. Sis, go tell your mom I need my cord in the car and tell her I need my battery pack. I got 5%. I'm about to die. It's like down there. I don't ever charge us. The Kulaga, Sean.
She's that grandma.
I need that battery pack and that cord. That cord's right there in that Jeep.
Is it open?
Okay, now we're going Bigfoot. The mom has them keys. Bigfoot and Ponca is called Indalinge. Indalinge. I with a little tail, a Sedalia. That little tail is called a Sedalia. D-A. The A has a cute accent mark on it, Elena. You got a new cat, gray eyes. Okay, Ishtan who they say gray eyes. A D with a slash to it. A nozzle eye with an eye with a Sedalia. However you want to say it, same thing. G-E. That I doesn't have nothing on it. It's just a regular dot on above it. That E has a grave accent mark on it.
Can you still see it, or should you turn on the bright just a little bit?
We can still see it. Remember, you got all that light back here lit up. Okay, in Ponca you say Indalinge.
In Donginge?
Brian says it means no father.
You said in Donginge?
Indalinge. Indalinge.
Oh, no.
It's got a grave. It's got a grave mark above that E. Grave means it's facing the other way, like this. Look.
So you want me to put it the other way?
Yeah, the other way. I don't know why I do this every time my battery's about to die.
In Donginge?
Indalinge. I've heard this way pronounced no father, and I've also heard it spelled pronounced no face in Ponca. When you say Inde, it's spelled like that. Where that A is, it's a E, and so it means Inde. And then anytime in Ponca when you use Dinge, Dinga, or Dingai, or Manji, Anji, or Baji, it kills that A and makes it into a blunt. Kills that E and turns it into a blunt A. So whether whoever's right, I've been told both ways, but it made sense to me the last way I was told, because I already know, and if you know Ponca, whenever these are called negative markers, Dinge, Dinga, or Dingai are just different ways to say it, and different tenses to say it as well. But when you use Manji or Aji or Baji, it kills that E and it turns it to a blunt A, where you see that accent mark, that acute accent mark. So also on there, Brian, I've heard it said that way too, and to me it makes sense it'd be no face. But who's right, I don't know. But I've also heard it no father as well. Because if it'd be no father, it'd be abbreviation of Inda di Dinge. Inda di Dinge. It could be abbreviated that way, but I don't know. But like I said, another man told me it was Inda Dinge. It says those with no face, or one with no face. And to me that makes more sense. Like I said, when you understand Ponca, these are called negative articles in Ponca. Dinge, or Maji, Aji, or Baji. And it kills the E and it automatically turns it into what they call a blunt A. I need that battery pack, that big one. No, I need that black battery pack. I only got 2% left. Does anybody else have anything they want to say? If we know it, like I said, we'll say it. How you doing, Jenny? Been praying for you guys.
Battery pack.
Yeah.
The big one?
That big one.
Where was it last?
It's fully charged.
Where at though?
Just get that cord real quick. Katie Santiago, this day right here is our this day right here is what they call our Ponca language class and our cultural part. But due to the coronavirus, our tribe locked its doors, so they asked us to hold off until maybe next week, but we don't know. So we're just giving a little bit of a little class, a little bit of class right now, just to show that we're still representing and trying to honor what we're trying to do. We're trying to keep our Ponca people united, and also to give them a little bit of knowledge in words and stuff. And there's a lot of things that you can say in Ponca that have multiple meanings, and you could be, depending on the usage of the word that you're using, has multiple meanings in some cases. So you're welcome, sister. And so in some of these cases, and it's not to argue or dispute someone, but the thing is we have to tell all that is known about it, because there's so many ways that one word could be used, and if you don't know the usages of it, then you're not going to fully understand it in a sentence when it's spoken to you, even if the context is made known. Because if you don't know Ponca or the sentence structure, it becomes difficult, even for me, if I don't pay attention. Yeah, look in there. Oh, this here, plug me up. Just plug it up to that. Unplug this deal and plug me up. That battery pack's probably in there though, son.
Use this one now. That fucking food's bomb. Hey, Elena. How you doing? Sorry I couldn't make it.
I'm doing fantastic.
What are you guys talking about now?
Oh, we learned how to say Bigfoot. No.
Okay, you guys are still lit up real good.
You said that.
Yes, please continue.
Okay, so what animals do we normally see on a daily basis?
Squirrels.
Squirrels.
Squirrels every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Squirrels.
Rabbits
Birds,
when they come out.
Yep.
birds. Let's do birds.
And then we're gonna do mice.
Well, when you say bird, the common word for birds, wajinga. Wajinga is a generic term for bird. It can mean any bird. It's not specific or specified. I mean, W-A-Z with a V on top. A Z. W-A-Z. No, it's a Z with a V on top, remember? Erase that X. And put a Z right next to that A. Wajinga. Yes. Okay, now I with a cedilla and an acute accent mark. G-A. We'll get to that, Brian, about the stories of the giants.
Can you still see it?
We can see it bright. Your lights making it look distorted. Oh, okay, so we got wajinga, means bird. It's a generic term in Ponca. When you talk about birds, there's so many different species in Ponca. I only know, maybe 60, 70 of them. There's too many. I don't know them all.
Wajinga?
It means bird.
Wajinga. It sounds like Sheldon when he says Bazinga. But I love that show. My Big
What
Bang
is it?
Theory. Have you seen that show, My Big Bang Theory? You need to watch it. This guy in there, he says Bazinga. That's what it sounds like.
It's wajinga.
Don't mind me. Wajinga? Wajinga.
How you doing, Christy? How's everybody doing, Paula?
I don't think you can see us.
Martinez, it's good to see y'all repping OKC. I believe. I might be wrong. Sometimes I talk to so many people, you gotta overlook me. Squirrel.
Thanks.
In Ponca, you call a common tree squirrel or even a flying squirrel, they're designated by the same name. It's called Singa. Singa. In Oklahoma, all we see are tree squirrels. In different parts of the United States and the West Coast and other places, they got flying squirrels, but not here. But that word is still used for Singa. Or one, I heard somebody also try to say Singa Gion. That literally means flying squirrel, but I heard they were the same thing, Singa. But like I said, I'm not nobody to know everything. Singa. S-I. Looks like that thing I gave out. There you go. I with a acute accent mark and a cedilla. G-A. Singa. But when you talk about a ground squirrel is one that looks like a prairie dog. It's like a prairie dog, but it lives underground, like the same way a prairie dog. And when I was in California, they make the same sound, the exact same sound to me as a prairie dog. And you call them chlink. Chlink. It's a ground squirrel. Can you guys see that? Singa. Singa.
Singa?
Singa.
Singa. Singa.
Singa. Sis, what other animals do you see every day?
Turkey.
When you say turkey and Ponca, it's called zitsika. Some people say zitsika, but I've heard them said both ways, but I was told the correct way is zitsika. Zitsika. Not good. Zitsika.
Is that how you spell turkey?
Yeah.
Can
Put Z-Z.
Huh?
Z-I, Z-I.
Excuse me?
Z-I, Z-I.
Z-I-Z-I?
Uh-huh.
What is it?
K-A.
Oh.
Zitsika.
Zika.
Sometimes it sounds like you're saying zitsika, but it's zitsika.
Zika.
It means turkey. It's a common turkey.
Bird with a gobbler.
When they gobble around and you make that gobble sound, it's called zitsika hutan. Hutan. And if you hear them scream, they're called zai or zai. Depends if they're gobbling or if they're like scared or making a crying sound or a panic sound. Changes from hutan to
So how did you
Zai.
say turkey?
Huh?
How did you say turkey?
Zitsika.
Z-Zika? Look, there's a kitty.
What is it?
How you say kitty again? Oh,
Pussy.
That's Simon.
yeah. Simon. Okay, so that's turkey, and then Sis was talking about how she wants to learn how to say eagle.
There's a lot of ways to say different types of eagle, but the common form is just to say eagles. Khida.
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 Khida. But you raise it at the end. Khida.
Khida.
It's almost like you're saying kida, but it's khida. But you gotta kind of slow it down because when you're putting too much, like you're saying, like you're raising it there, but the raise, the acute accent mark doesn't go there. It goes on the A on THA. So it's khida, khida,
Khida.
khida, khida. You raise it on the khida. That's a generic way to say eagle. And then you got a black eagle. It's called khida sabe. When you say a bald eagle, there's two ways to say it. You could say khida ska, it means white eagle. But that word's also designated for bald eagle. You could say passant. Passant.
Just in one word, one.
Boss, one word, sant is another. And that just means a white head. Instead of using ska, It's white. It's also used white, but some literally means off-white, pale white, or
So how did you spell it out?
XI.
The X.
Yeah, that's why you get that khi. And then a D with a slash through it. Beeps, get my battery pack out of there. It's in one of them pockets. It's a big battery pack. I need it because I need to use this light on it. It's getting dark now, but I can still see everything she's writing. And the A. And with that A on it,
Pocket.
any, just look in there. It's somewhere in there. It's in there.
Are you talking about a portable charger?
Yeah, it's in there. It's a big one.
All you had to say. Battery pack.
Put that acute marker over the A.
Which way?
Acute means this way. Remember, this is acute. Yeah. Khida.
Clean off.
And then when you say a golden eagle, it's called. Now you put the accent mark on a golden eagle goes over the I. It's khida hanga, khida hanga. Instead of khida, it's khida hanga. Khida hanga is a golden eagle.
So just eagle on itself is Shiva?
Khida,
Clean off.
khida.
Clean off.
But you gotta raise it more at the end.
Clean
Khida.
off. Clean off. I don't know that. Just because it's getting. No. Dad, I'm not finding it. What pocket is it in?
This ain't no Lakota deal, sister. It's not Wombly. It's khida.
What is that?
Keep
on there?
no, my sister. Keep that up there in up north, hey China. Yeah.
Why is she trying to pronounce it like that?
No, she just teasing me. She always teases me.
Just like that.
And like I told you guys in my other class, it's like my brother Brian saying, 'cause that X is a glottal sound.
Lateral.
Glottal, it's like you're trying to spit and hack a loogie up. Like when you say, wanna hack a loogie? Hey China.
Hack that shit, Brittany. Hack that shit. I'm just kidding. Excuse me.
Beebs, get this charger. It's mom's charger here. That's a special charger. Plug this up down here. When you say spotted eagle, you say khida glaze. Khida glaze. Well, what the hell? There it goes.
Beautiful Ponca women.
Are you talking about yourself?
Zange.
All right, we're going with that one. Okay, like my sister said, spotted eagle, and when they say spotted eagle in Lakota, my sister always wants to know Lakota. It's Wombly Gleska, but in Ponca, it's Chida Glej. It could also be Chida Gleska too. That word is accepted amongst the Ponca. It's accepted.
Okay, so what other one? Maybe about two more. Because Elena has to get home and get ready for work tomorrow.
We're gonna do two more, you guys. If you guys have anything, how you doing, Tisha? Oh, when you say fox, there's a bunch of ways to say fox, but I'm only gonna use one that we see as Poncas in Oklahoma. No offense to you Poncas up north, but there's only one fox we see down here, and that's a red fox. And I ain't talking about your glasses alike either. That man that passed away, we're talking about a fox. So anyway, when you say fox in Ponca, you say the red fox is the only fox that we see. And it's Majantha. M-A with a little cedilla on the A. Z with a V on top of it. And the A and with a cedilla. And a cute accent mark on it. And then H-A. Majantha. Majantha. That means red fox. And then when you say a gray fox, you say Tika. tika, jude. The Omahas use that word tika for fox in general nowadays. But there's a common way for a generic term for fox in Ponca. It's called malinka shije. Malinka shije. Malinka shije is a general term for Ponca to say fox.
What was it again?
For which one? That one? Majan, huh?
What would you say, elk?
Candace, when you say chida, hinchpe, that don't mean tail feathers. I don't mean that. When you talk about a bird's tail or eagle's tail feather, you say chida, be. Chida, be. When you say chida, hinchpe, that's talking about the downy feathers of the chest and underneath the wings, those little white soft feathers. That's what that word means that you just wrote. Shelby, you're right, nephew. But it's not ebe, it's be. When you use that word for tails, there's only two species that use that, birds and fish. Every other animal uses sinde. And Candace, if you say the land, you say majan the. Majan the, not majan ha. Or you could say thande the. Or you could say malink the. Those are three ways to say the land.
Okay, one more.
One more animal.
Elk.
In Ponca, there's two ways to say elk. One's adopted and one's the ancient way. When you say elk in Ponca, you say umpa. Umpa. A lot of Poncas with that name, and my little brother, Robert Collins, his Ponca name's Umpaska. There's a long story behind that. It was just cute. My Uncle Henry said to him and teased him, but I'll tell you guys that another time. It's getting late. It's spelled A with a cedilla, and then you put that acute accent mark above the A, and then you put a P with a glottal stop, and then you put another A with a cedilla under it, and a grave accent mark on it. When you say water monster, Candace, you say wakondagi. Wakondagi. That word technically means water god or water deity, but it has become in modern times, and it doesn't mean just water monster. They just use that word for monster, but it really meant water god or water deity. When you say elk, you say umpa, umpa. And then when you say elk the adopted way, there's a lot of Poncas in the Washabe clan and elk clan, which is Nika Pashna. Nika means human, paws, head, and shna means shaved. It means a bald, shaved head, but it has reference to the elk, Nika Pashna. But whenever you say elk and the adopted way came from the Dakota, but we've been using for centuries before the Ponca or the Omaha split. It's called Heichaga. Heichaga. It's that X. Heichaga. It's spelled H E with an acute mark above it. X A G A with a grave mark above the A. Heichaga. Heichaga. How you doing, Evan? Huh?
That might look like your head.
Shh. Elk is umpa or heichaga. And then when you talk about the clan, you say Nika Pashna. Has reference to the elk.
This?
No, those two words just mean elk, but when you put the elk clan, it's called Nika Pashna. Nikapasa. S with a V on top of it, N-A. Nika Pashna. This means elk.
Yeah, where did that street blue elk come from?
That's just the name, but and when you say blue elk, it's umpa too. How you doing, Courtney? How you doing, Ev? Miss you guys. Elena loves you too. Alicia.
Sometimes. Sometimes when you don't call me back. I'm kidding.
I love you too, sister.
I'm kidding. I love you. Well, it's getting pretty dark out. I still gotta go to work tomorrow. All right.
You're right, Brian. What you're saying, brother. You know what you're talking about. I tell people that too. That's why we need you down there to help us. That's why I told Mama too. Go ahead, Elena. Close us out. Close us out with a prayer too. We forgot to pray in. Overlook us. Pray for the COVID-19 pandemic.
What?
Close us out with a saying, and then you can pray us out.
Okay.
Hi, nephew.
Elena doesn't. Right.
Well, you could close it out then.
Well, all right, guys. Well, it is getting dark out. I still have to go to work tomorrow, as far as I know. So I gotta go home and get some sleep. And yeah.
Good job.
But hopefully we'll see you guys at Tuesday. If not, we'll try to do this again with the live. And just everyone be safe out there. Wear your mask in public, and just take COVID-19 precautions. But yeah, we'll try to maybe even do it on this board instead. Do little videos for our page as well. I've been wanting to do good evening, and then maybe some colors of animals like this. So that'd be great. And then
Well, she did a good job. I'm proud of her and all these guys that participated. And I just want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching. And I just want you guys to know that we're thinking about all them people, you Oto relatives, that little girl or little baby that got tested positive. We're praying for you guys, and all you Osage and Call and Pawnee and Tonquas that might have it, or anybody in general, no matter what walk of life you come from, we're praying for you. And I just want to say I thank God that there hasn't been, so far that I know, there's no Ponca case that has been confirmed on our Ponca Niashigama. And I just want to say I love you guys, and I just want to say thank you, and just be safe and pray for us. And I just ask God to watch over each and every one of you guys, and be helpful to one another, but also be cautious and safe, and wear your mask if you have to. I've been wearing my mask past 2 days, so I love you guys. Shana.